G'day everybody, and welcome to the channel. So today I just want to do a short video and just do some comparisons about how the car has actually picked up significantly horsepower. So first thing we'll look at is this is acceleration times here. These two cars here are out of a magazine. One is Motor Magazine, one was Wheels Magazine. This was an MY09 or 08 actually. So this was the first ever ISF. This one here was an MY10. So it had the limited slip. It's exactly the same as my car. Stock standard, and they're the times. So you're 0 to 100, 5.1, 4.82. My car now is doing like low 4s to 100 kilometers an hour, which is pretty cool. And 0 to 200 is 14 flat, where these were 16.2, 16.68. What doesn't show with those is how consistent that both these cars, once they're rolling, so this car, they didn't get off the line well. But yeah, 80 to 160 are almost identical. 100 to 160, 100 to 200 was 11.5, 11.45 for the stock ISF. Mine now is doing a 970. So what I'm hoping is I can get an 8. That would be cool. This is the graph, acceleration graph. Just zoom out a bit so we can see it. So these are the two standard cars in orange and blue, and this is mine in the red. So to 200 kilometers an hour, it is significantly faster, like 2.25 seconds or so. So that's good. That means I'm going where I want to go. Now this is pretty cool. This is the last test and tune, which was on the 18th. DA was around 1500 feet, a little bit less later on the night, but this last run should have been my best run, but for some reason I had an electrical gremlin in the dash, my fault, and it was interrupting the power to the entertainment unit, and that is a problem because that has all the cruise control settings and a whole lot of other stuff there that interfered with the car not going into manual mode. It just decided to go automatic mode. So this run was done with traction control on and full automatic mode, and it still ran a 1254 at 114 miles an hour, which I thought was pretty cool. There's at least 2/10 difference between manual shifting with the paddles and letting the car do it automatically. It is quite a difference because the gear changes are slow comparison to manual shifting with the paddles. So there's 3 gear changes, so there's at least 3/10 I lost here. So that should be a 1220 something, which is why I'm a little bit disappointed. But the car went well apart from that. But this is what's interesting. This is the stock time, and I have a calculator. It's at Wallace Racing, and I'll put the link down in the description so you can have a look at it. But if you put in the original 13.267, mile per hour was 108.51. The weight of my car is 3950 with me in it. We calculate that out and it comes to 393 horsepower. So when you look at here, this is what I put down here. So this is calculated horsepower. Out of the factory, these cars were rated at 416 horsepower. This was running off because the map sensor, which I didn't know at the time, was not working properly. But that gives you an idea of the horsepower, and also the power at the flywheel, at the wheels, was only 302. It should have been a lot more than that. But here's the tune, and I was hoping the tune would have fixed up the performance issue. It did go better. It ran 110.22 and a 12.9. That was my first ever 12-second pass, and calculated horsepower was 412. This is standard time. Like a stock ISF normally does like a 12.8 at 111 miles an hour or so. So then I fixed the map sensor, got the new exhaust done, and went out and we did a heap of 1250s. It just does 1250s so easily. 112 miles an hour, and calculated horsepower was 444. Fast forward to put the headers on, and I ran 1336 at 115.4 miles an hour, and the DA, by the way, is almost the same. So this is a really good comparison. I'm surprised it did 115 miles an hour in the heat. So that tells me that as time goes on, we should be much quicker. But the calculated horsepower is 474. So the headers added about 29 horsepower from here, which is about right, 30 up to 40 horsepower. So my best calculated horsepower is 474, or 80 horsepower over stock, which is remarkable. RR Racing say about 77 horsepower, so 80 horsepower is really good. So my goal is, with the next things, which is the bigger intake and a port and polish, this is my goal, 1220 or better, and 117.5 miles an hour. I've chosen those numbers because if we put in 12.25, 117.5 miles per hour, same weight, we come out at 511 horsepower, and that is about right for a full bolt-on ISF in perfect conditions. So I reckon in winter, once everything's done, I might actually go faster than that, which would be really cool. So that's it. Anyway, that's the next thing is April 1st is a hub dyno, so I'll be doing that, and then after that I'm bringing the car home and taking the manifold off and do the port and polish. So I'll be doing a video on that, and also fitting the RR Racing intake as well, which is really cool. And I've got headlight upgrade, so there's a few things to go, then the car's basically finished. So thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and we will see you next video.